Look at this. Look at this. I got it in my ear. Ah. He got me good.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It's Ben. I'm in the shop today. I am here with a couple of good-looking skis. Yes, these don't look like the ones we bought and ran on the Limine River, but they are. Today's video is all about Honda Aquatrax and the stuff that you can run into, the problems, and how to fix it. You guys know we bought these kind of turnkey, ready to go. We said we'd spend money so that we wouldn't have to work on them. Plans changed. We found a good deal. I did research. You guys know I'm not going to get something unless I know kind of what we're going to run into. So we knew that there may be some issues, and of course they came up. So on the Limine River run and into the Missouri, we had issues with mine and then issues with Ryan's, and it turned out that they can be fixed. So that's what today's video is about. We're going to show you how to service them. We're going to show you how to turn them from boat anchors to fast running, good, ready machines. So we're going to go from what they look like before to what they look like now. But in order to do that, we got to go back in time. So let's go back to the beginning. All right, I'm in the shop. It's kind of a hot day, but the AC stopped working or shut off upstairs. So I came down to the shop. I'm going to get on the skis today. You guys know we took them to the Limine River and the Missouri about an hour before they closed it to watercraft. Anyway, we were safe. Skis are safe. We ran into some issues. So if any of you know Honda watercraft, they have some issues. They'll go into limp mode and there's really not an issue, but the computer programming, it's way beyond me. Anyway, I believe I have error code 25 on these, which means they're in limp mode, has a knock sensor code, but it may or may not be the knock sensor. It's mainly the computer. I don't know. We're going to get around to that. But first I'm going to clean these things up because they are filthy, filthy, filthy. You'll notice when you open any of these hatches, they are just nasty underneath and they are just dirty on the outside. They got river water all over them and in them. And then underneath, they sat on Lake of the Ozarks, just in the water. So we're going to pressure wash these things, see how much of that we can clean off. If we have to, we'll do an acid bath. But I'm going to also run them and see if I can get the code to come up. So I've got the hose ready. But you got to see this. We haven't shown these. Other than the cobwebs, look at this. For 04, that is super clean. So if I can get them to look half that good on the outside, we'll have some good looking skis. All right, so if you have Honda and you want to run it out of the water, you hook up a hose, you start it, then you turn on the hose, and then you can run it. I'll show you here. Basically, you got to put it in reverse first. You see I've got my reverse lever up. That moves the reverse buckets down. Then the hose, you can hook up on this right here. So you need something like 5/8 hose or 3/4. I'm not sure on the inside diameter, but it has to be a bigger hose because that piece it clips to is a little bit bigger. You're going to want to start it, turn on the water. After a few seconds, it should start pumping out of there. I'll show you that. Alright, so it does pump water out of the jet, but also this coolant indicator for the impeller or whatever, that's going to come out warm, and then the water down below is cold. Excess goes down, this cools the exhaust. Let's see if I can get this to kick a code. So I'm going to let it run a little bit, but the unfortunate thing is I don't think it's going to kick a code without being under pressure, having water going through the jet. But we'll let it run a little bit and see May have to take it to the lake tomorrow and get those codes to pop.
The next day.
All right, welcome back. It's the next day. All right, so I got Ryan's ski cleanish yesterday, and it was really hot. Today it's hot again. Problem is our AC where my office is stopped working. Well, the thermostat shut off. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I figured if I'm gonna be hot, I might as well be down here working on these. Let me show you a little bit of the difference here. So Ryan's, the one that Ryan's been riding. See, it's pretty clean. Cleaned up all the scuffs here. But I got pretty much all the black marks, all except for this gone. Got it fairly clean, cleaned up the gullies and everything. You can see all I did to mine was pressure wash it. And I think this one had more marks on it than this one did, but you can see how clean it looks now. And you can see all the crap here that I didn't get to. Most of this I didn't do. And then these black marks were all over that one. And so they're cleaned up. You still have chips and scratches, but at least there's not all the black marks. I mean, look at this. Key to cleaning on these, especially the white, magic eraser. So I've still got to take these decals off and make some new ones, get them laid on there, put the new stickers on it, and that'll be that on the outside. All I did was spray. I didn't do gel coat restore or acid bath. We could, but if we're going to be in the river, we probably don't need to for now. Okay. So I decided I'm going to do oil change, all the maintenance first. I looked at the spark plugs. I pulled one out of this one. There is not much left to that. So I know these are expensive, but we're due for a set of plugs on both of these, I'm sure. So I'll do plugs. I'm going to change the oil and get these things serviced, ready to go. On the oil, so I read a lot online, and I'm usually a big proponent of Honda OEM stuff, but I read a lot of people are suggesting Rotella oil. So the T6 5W40 is what everybody's recommending. It does have a picture of a motorcycle on there, but it also says diesel. And then also Wicks filter, I went with the XP. That's the better. So the regular Wicks filters are good, but these are better. So they're rated for 20,000 miles. But we're not going to run them that long. You should run them maybe a season. These are a dry sump. What that means is I've got my oil dipstick that comes out right here where I'm pumping. But you've got this reservoir that you got to pump out, and you can see the filter right there. Then there's another oil fill right here. It's going to be hard to see. Down there. So once you pump out the top, you got to pump out the bottom, because I guess what it does is that's where it all seeps to, and then when you run it, it'll circulate it up into this tank. So it's like on a four-wheeler when you've got a oil catch can. So you got to pump both of those out and then take the filter off. So I'm going to get those pumped. Woo! I finally got all the oil out. It's I looked it up, 4.2 liters. That's a lot. Hard to see in the Mighty Vac, but man. So that means a gallon is not enough. I'm gonna have to get another couple quarts. This one is pumped. I removed the filter. I'm gonna show you the filter real quick. So it sits in that little canister. I put a rag right there because it has a drain. We're gonna put this filter on, put a gallon in this one. I'm gonna go pick up plugs that are ordered and another gallon of oil just to top these off, and then we'll run them. get them ready for tomorrow. All right, I ran to the parts store. I got more oil, and I got my spark plugs. NGK Laser Iridium. You know what that means? Expensive. That's really what that means. So don't tell Ryan. Spark plugs aren't cheap. I've got this one swapped out. I'll show you guys how I did on the other one. You gotta have a spark plug wrench that has a little rubber seal in it to hold the plug, because I think they're overhead cams, which means they're a long ways down to that spark plug. And then it's got to hold it in there so it doesn't fall out, so you can thread it back in. Always make sure you thread them by hand to start. So basically these have a plug that sits right there and a bolt, a 10mm bolt that holds them in. So I'm going to put it in, seat it, put the bolt in, and replace the plug. And then we'll cinch this bolt down. Real simple. And they're right on top, so it's like the easiest thing to do.
The next day.
Okay, you guys know we've been having issues with Ryan's GoPro and sound. So we lost sound. We decided to take the skis to the lake for a test to see if we could pull the code. I found some stuff stashed upstairs from when I sent care packages to Fab Rats and Merlin. And I decided it was a time to whip these things out, show them to Ryan. We could sport these while we go test skis.
There's a dude up there just sunbathing in the parking lot. Got his car and his chair and whatever. Got a white trash ramp, so we're wearing our white trash shirts.
So there's white trash and then there's Ben trash.
Heck yeah.
You gotta unzip that, man. You gotta let everybody see what it's all about.
Man, the belly will hang out that way.
Oh, dude. He's showing nipples. That's
I love the ribbed shirt. That's such a redneck thing.
Sorry to all of our redneck friends out there.
If you wear a ribbed shirt, you know what I'm talking about. They're awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. I got it in my ear. He got me good.
Oh, what happened?
I'm surprised the camera's still on. It almost blew me off the freaking ski, dude. Oh, are those mine? It blew my... That's how disoriented I am. I didn't even know my glasses were off. They were like this, dangling. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was close. I guess I better not do that again. Effing Ben. Now he's toast.
Top two buttons, push them and then count the flashes. There's long and shorts.
So we threw the codes on this one. We haven't thrown it on that one yet. 25, which means, what did you say?
That's the knock sensor code.
Knock sensor code.
That's going to be the computer.
So that's the ECM, which means $500. Let's see it, Ben. Come on. Let's see it. Come on, Ben. It's always me. Woo. He thought it was just my fat butt. We'll see if I can get this one to fire off. Alright, so we figured out this one. It's throwing the rattle my behind code. What's it throwing? The code 25. The infamous Honda code 25. So I'm going to run it around the lake a couple more times, see what's going on with it, and then we'll try to diagnose. Yeah, I'm going to blow this sucker out. We're going to do it. I almost sent it off that rock over there. It looked really pretty. All right.
If you're wondering, he got me back. Whew. Because I was in limp mode, I couldn't get away from him, but that was fun-ish. Water felt good. It doesn't smell as bad as the soybean field, but it's not the best smelling. Okay, so we got codes out of this one. He's gonna try and run that one to get some codes, but at least I know where to start now. Whew, I'm wet.
And this one's got lower hours. That's crazy. All right, so mine just threw the code as soon as I took off from that. So it went into limp mode and then did throw the code. It threw a 25 as well. So good old Honda 25s. Guess we'll be yanking the ECUs or ECMs. Dude, tell me about that. Why is, if it's in America, it's ECMs and European cars are ECUs? Somebody explain that to me. Anyway, the knock code 25 on both of these. So we'll yank the computers, send them off. Hopefully we don't have to deal with this again. But there's no way these other guys rode these and didn't know this was going on. Hence the reason they were letting them go for so cheap. Always something, right? But once we get them back, we can get on the river. He'll go grab the trailer. We'll load these bad boys up and get back to work. We should have gotten a little more time in, dang it. It's all good. We get to watch the old man sitting in the parking lot getting a suntan. Anybody else do that? Go sit in a boat parking lot and get a tan. You guys need to know this, and I'll be the first to admit it. Ben is a dang good backer upper, especially when it comes to trailers. This guy's got skills. Don't prove me wrong, Ben. See what I mean, guys? I'm giving compliments left and right today.
All right, so we went to the lake and we got the codes to come off so we could figure out what they are. Basically, what you do is, in order to know what code number it is, you have to be riding them. You have to get the ski to throw the code, so it'll start beeping and it'll lose power. And then you go to your display here and push set and mode. You push and hold those while it's on and beeping. And then what it'll do is it'll stop beeping. You can look at your warning light here and it'll flash. Long flashes are 10, short flashes are 1. On these, it was 2 long flashes and then 5 short flashes on both of them. So what I know now is we need to pull the ECUs out, ship them off, and get that deleted. So I started working on Ryan's first, and I got the ECU out. This is what it looks like. 2 plugs, very simple, very small. I'm gonna box it up and ship it out. I'm gonna show you, because I couldn't find any videos online how to get these out.
depending on the model, this is an 04. 03s or 06s or something are different. Some of them you have to pull the side panel. I think the older ones, and it's over here by the intake down the side. On this one, it's right up underneath basically this console box. All right, I got a light here. So the ECU is right there. So you see this big block and then this big block are plugged into it right there. So how you get it out, it's not bolted. It's in like a rubber grip thing. What I did was I just slowly slid it back. Before I disconnect the wires, I slid it back, popped it out, flipped it over, and then I disconnected the wires. So I've got it. Just need to pop it out a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so once I've got it flipped, I can unplug these clips. There we go. There we go. So it actually sits like this. When I pull it out, I'm flipping it over to get to those buttons on this side.
Again, Ryan's camera, and we don't have sound. So we took off early in the morning, stopped at the place where we had dropped the skis in to the soybean field. That was awesome. And we also stopped on our way to Chillicothe to look at the Grand River. We're at a boat ramp just south of Chillicothe. The Grand River is super pretty, and we wanted to see how feasible it was to go that far north. The Grand spills into the Missouri River in Brunswick, Missouri, and this is quite a ways further north. So it looks like we can make it the whole way. The banks are very sandy, which is really cool because it looks like we can beach the skis anywhere and hang out, have lunch. We also got a gift from a friend of ours at church. It's a map of the Grand River. He did a float trip back in 1978 and he marked all of his checkpoints. And this super cool map he shared with us going from Gallatin, Missouri, all the way down to Chillicothe, and all of his stopping points along the way. That was super cool. He let us borrow his map for a couple of days, and that thing was awesome. So we arrived at the place, took a look at this trailer. It actually was a good find by Ryan. Very pretty. As soon as we saw it, we knew it was going to be a good trailer. It had this cool board on the front, carpeted deck, and it also had not just the clips, it had these straps. So we bought it, hooked it up, and took off towards the house. With title in hand, we did a final inspection of what we bought. Cool walk plank, cool board on the front, good winches. So we pulled into downtown Chillicothe, and Chillicothe is known for the creation or the home of sliced bread. So that's the first place where they had sliced bread. I almost forgot to grab the camera. It's a couple days later. I got a package. I was expecting it. It is 2 little boxes, identical little boxes. Weird, right? I got the ECUs back, so I'm gonna throw these things in. I'm excited. Ryan left yesterday on a plane, so it's gonna be my job to put these in and test them. I marked it. It says Ryan, so I opened the right box first. Since I'm right here next to Ryan's ski, well, we didn't ever really determine whose was whose, but this one has the cover. It's a little bit prettier, so it's got to be Ryan's, right? It's kind of fitting because today was the day that the video for the Lamine River ride was released. So everybody's seeing the tragedy of the ski going down. But the good news is I can fix it today. Same day. All right, just that easy. Now we can get on mine. All right, so that was literally 5 minutes putting those in. So I tested Ryan's. Let me test mine real quick. Just make sure I got everything in. The key here. Here we go. It's a good sign. Now I should be able to take them out, test them, and they should be great. And then we can start our next run. You guys saw we got a trailer, so when I do test them, I'm gonna swap them and put them on our trailer and get Brad his back. And that's the plan right now. Ryan's gone, so maybe I'll do this stuff while he's gone. That way it's good to go when he gets back. Okay, good morning. It's the day after I put in the ECUs. I've got the skis ready to go. We're gonna go lake test them, and then we're gonna put them on our trailer. So I apologize we didn't have sound when we picked up the trailer. Ryan's gonna fix that. Something about water, GoPro, I don't know. Failure that way. Anyway, Brad's gonna go with me because Ryan's out of town. So Ryan can't have all the fun. So I invited Brad to come. We're gonna just put these in the water, run them back and forth like we did last time, make sure that we don't get any codes, and see how they do. And swap them to the black trailer. So Brad should be here shortly. We'll get on the road. He's just making waves. Well, they go fast enough to take the GoPro off my head. That was 24 minutes of riding, so, but no codes, so I guess that's good. Brad fixed them. Good job, Brad. Well, there's the bathrooms over there and over there and over there. It's everywhere. Well, Brad gives it the thumbs up, I think. They're ready. Are they ready for the river?
They're ready for the river.
Good. Well, then let's figure out when we're going. Maybe. Sort of similar. Anyway. And that's all I have to say about that. Cleaned it out real good. And now I'm going to put the new one on. It had a Yamaha filter on it. So I'm glad I got the Wix XPs. they say you gotta go OEM. Well, the freaking service center used Yamaha parts on this thing. I'm sure it was fine, but anyway.
Well, we got the result we wanted. Ben's taking a pee in the water right now.
I already did that out there.
He's peeing, don't let him fool you. Anyway,
What, you don't?
I usually go to like a ramp and get naked. Are there naked beaches around here? I'm making one. Those are some nice breasts. Oh, dude. He looks like he should have a bear in his hand. We don't drink beer.
All right, I got a light. I also messed my pants, or got oil on my pants.
God, you son of a gun.